Greetings, family. I greet you here once again. I am here. Where am I now? Let's see if I can change the camera. I can't change the camera. Again, I apologize because I am here recording the experience with the phone. We are not with the recording team, nor the team, nor anything, but obviously, as I am around here, as I always say, well, I don't want that. You also lose the experience of the place where I am, so I'm going to show you a little bit. I'm at the Jordan River, a place where many people who come and visit Israel either get baptized for the first time or renew their baptismal covenant. Where is the river? I'm going to show you. I'm going to switch the camera, and you know I'm going to go down a bit so you can see the water a little closer. Let's go. Okay, there. Let's go. Okay, look, these are the places where baptisms are performed. This is a kibbutz at this site, and at this place, specifically, until before coronavirus disease here, millions of people passed by and had their baptism. Or renewal. Why did I say renewal? Because there are many people who, of course, baptism is only once for those who were baptized only once. No matter where you were baptized, baptism is valid once you have done it truthfully, from the heart. But what happens when many people come here and find the Jordan River, the place where the Lord was baptized? How can they not enter it? So, he created something later called human thought renewal, called vow renewal, which is not bad. Remember that when you even got married to your wife, those who are married, what do? Every 10 to 20 years, they perform the act of renewal, celebrating silver weddings, golden weddings, and more. So it's the same. It's like remembering the pact we once made. Let's move forward. So here, it's not that it cancels the original baptism, but it does remind us of the fact that we once truly formed or made the decision to once and for all with the Lord. So in this place, you see here the water, very still, very calm, and it says that was all the Jordan River. You know that around here we have a lot, a lot of histories of this river, of this Jordan River. And remember that, for example, this is where the people crossed on dry land. The one who was wandering for 40 years in the desert. Ultimately, Joshua is the one who dies when he crosses the water parts. Not only did that happen in the Red Sea, but it also happened in the Jordan River. The Jordan River opened up and the Ark of the Covenant passed on dry ground. And finally, they entered the promised land that God had promised them so long ago. And they arrived at the city of Jericho, finishing the conquest of the city of Jericho. We know all that part of the story, but the Jordan River did not only stay in that part of the story, but it also appears later on. Do you remember someone named Naaman? He was Syrian, and he had many rivers much better in his place, and when he arrives like this, he meets the Jordan River. He tells him. Had the maid been there? Remember that he had heard the maid, and she said, "Oh, if my Lord was sick with leprosy, if my Lord would go and listen to the prophet," then he came to the prophet, spoke to him, and told him to go to the Jordan River and get in the water. And what did Naaman do? He didn't go in once. He went in twice. He went in 3 times, up to 7 times. It says that he went into the water, and when he came out healthy. He had been cured of leprosy, one of the messianic miracles. Naaman was not Jewish, so he was Syrian. The Jewish people didn't pay much attention to the importance of him being cured of leprosy, but it was something very significant and intriguing. Later, they recall the incident where someone borrowed an axe and it sank, but then the axe floats. That also happens here. Then Elias passes. When he leaves and then is taken and says that afterwards his clothing was left. Remember that they went to look for him. They went to look for Elisha. He told them not to go, but all those prophets started looking for him and they never found him. That also happened at that crossing of the Jordan River, but we also have one of the events, and perhaps more important, that makes the Jordan River more important in the entire history of the Bible, which is the place where the Messiah and helps Jesus goes and is baptized by John. John the Baptist is the instrument that the Lord uses to put Jesus in the waters of the Jordan River. This place where I am now is called Yardenit. We are at the foot of the Sea of Galilee. I just showed you a good video, a previous video, maybe you will see it from the Sea of Galilee. We were on the boat. Now we are at the Jordan River, and we will continue to move forward to finally reach Jerusalem. So I'm gonna be uploading short little videos of what this is. Traveling the land of the Bible. Here in the time of Israel, I also take the opportunity, obviously, to invite you to visit the land of Israel. At this time, I believe that slowly, here in Israel, we are beginning to see the light at the end of the tunnel, after this pandemic era. And in the rest of the nations, we hope and trust in the Lord, that they also slowly start to release all that pressure that different governments from different parts of the world have imposed on them. We pray for each one of you from here, from the land of Israel, and we trust in the Lord, that the Lord will bring you. And you will be able to physically enter these waters. These waters of the Jordan River. There's something that, just to close the video, it's not a devotional, but maybe something to share with you. Remember that it was necessary for the scriptures to be fulfilled, and that the Lord had to come here and perform the act of baptism. Okay. So when he gets baptized here, remember that when he comes out, because finally what had to happen with the Messiah had been fulfilled. And remember what happened. How he receives the forces from him, he leaves, and then after being baptized, he leaves. 40 days to the desert, and there he is tempted. Now, what do I want to tell you with this? I don't want to confuse you anymore. What I want to tell you is that the act of baptism is important, yes, but the act of baptism is a consequence of. So consequence of what? Obviously, understanding that the Lord is truly the Messiah for us today, understanding that everything is fulfilled in the Messiah, and that his word is faithful. I say his word is faithful because after the Lord's baptism, he goes to the desert and is tempted. When tempted, what does he do? He responds with the very same scriptures. It is written in every temptation that appeared. He said it is written. So in summary, the act of baptism is important, but knowing the scriptures and being based on them makes the act of baptism end up sealing in what we have already believed, that the Messiah is the Lord. But just as he did, he left us the example so that we also do it in the future. So well, there are many pearls in the scriptures, many pearls in the scriptures. Stay tuned, because I'm going to be uploading there small clips, even devotionals, small short ones, where I'm going to give certain pearls from the Bible in the places where we're going to be moving. I leave you with this image, okay? And a virtual hug for each and every one of you. Shalom. What?